Hey guys, what's up? V8 Merc here, and today I'm going to be talking about the JP Fire Control Kit as well as the anti-walk pins that are a separate item. I got out my AR-15 style lower receiver here. This fire control kit will work in the AR-10 style rifles, basically anything in 308 that's AR style as well, so you don't have to worry about that. So let's go ahead and go over what came in the package here. It came with a trough that fits inside that package. I just pulled it out. And it also comes with the instruction manual, which I recommend you read because this is a custom fit tuning kind of trigger, and you got to be very meticulous about that. And because of that, they do provide you with a DVD. Now, this DVD is provided online as well as a couple click links that they got on their website under the fire control tab. If for whatever reason they don't have the website there, you didn't get the DVD, or the business, they go out of business or some reason like that, let me know and I'll see what I can do about helping you out, because I'm going to hold on to this DVD. And they do a really good job showing you of how the AR trigger works, by the way, if you're interested. So I recommend you go check out the website if you're interested in the AR trigger. Now, as far as what comes in the package here, you get the trigger. This is the standard trigger. This is not exactly the trigger that it comes with. I've already installed all my components. I'm just showing you what basically came in the package. So you got the trigger here. Comes with another disconnector and the spring for that, as well as some set screws in there. And the trigger is supposed to look like this from the top. This up here would be where the engagement is to the hammer, and these two loops on the side. The back here is where the safety engages. These two loops on the side, these two chunks of metals have holes in them, and that's where the set screws go. Now, if you're looking from the profile, you would see the profile, which would be here and up here. You can see these set screws which go in here, and that's how they work. They just go down and they adjust the pitch of the trigger, reducing the over travel, and it also reduces the engagement to the hammer. So instead of the hammer having this much engagement surface, it reduces it to only having that much. So when you pull on the trigger, it quickly breaks, and then it stops just underneath that right here, and then it will reset back up to there. Alright, and it also comes with the trigger spring, a yellow one. This is the gray one because I put the yellow one in mine. Comes with a couple of hammer springs as well. Yellow one for 3 to 3.5 pounds for domestic ammo and hand loads, and the red one for 308 kits and military style ammo, like anything NATO marked, not Wolf. If you're going to be using Wolf, you got to stick with the gray spring, which is what I did in mine because I shoot a lot of Wolf. Alright, so let me go ahead and put this stuff back here. Now, the anti-size or oversized anti-walk pins are just that. They're kind of oversized, they have a tight fit, but they fit really well. And basically all they have are holes on the edges or on the sides, and you have 4 button head screws, and so you put the screws in and that's what stops the pins from walking out, which is what you can see right there. There's just a couple button head screws right here, and on the other side you put the other 2, and it's as simple as that. Now, as far as what the trigger looks like inside, that's what it looks like, and you can see the adjustment screw right here in the back, and then you can see the adjustment screw right there. Let's see if I can hold it still for you guys. You guys can see that. And so that's how you adjust it. Now, basically the whole idea of this trigger is to reduce, like I showed you with my hands, I don't know if you saw it, but you just want to reduce the face engagement of the trigger to the hammer. And you also want to reduce the, which is what you do with the back screw. The front screw reduces the over travel because you naturally want to pull through the whole motion. So if you stop that motion right after the trigger or the hammer breaks, then you want to get to resetting it, and so it resets. And then it only resets a little bit so that the surface is just only holding on by just a tiny bit. And what this results in, a really, really clean, nice breaking trigger. And so you really have only that much movement in your trigger, which is very little. So that's pretty much what the trigger is in all its glory. Now this is the part where I talk about the good and bad things. Now I'm going to start with the bad things here. The bad thing is this trigger does require some tedious fitting. You do have to do some grinding on the back here in order for your safety to clear and to engage correctly. You don't need to do anything to the trigger other than that. But this is very tedious. If you screw this up, this trigger's no good then. Now, with the disconnector here, you're required to also file the nose of this down in order to time it correctly so that it can capture the hammer, so you don't have any double fires or fires or any fires where the bolt's heading home and the hammer's riding it back. And so that's kind of the problem with this. It does require some fitting. So if you're not competent with the AR-15 style trigger system, don't do it. Hand it over to a buddy who knows what they're doing, or hand it over to a competent gunsmith. They should know what they're doing with it. Of course, that's going to cost you to install this trigger. Right now, it already costs you about $115 for the whole kit, and the anti-lock pins are about $10 to $12 or so. Now the good thing about this trigger is, like I was showing you before, the range of movement with this trigger is very minimal. It's almost nothing. So if you're looking for a precision trigger to use on your precision rifle that has very little movement when you pull it, this is the trigger to use, especially if you're going to be using harder primed ammunition, say like Wolf. This is what you want to use. You can achieve double taps really nicely with this, but that's pretty much what the trigger does right there. It's still a single stage, so you retain the full power of your spring, and it allows you to fire all kinds of ammo. So that's kind of what the trigger is in all its glory. Now, some people will ask, well, is it worth $115? Well, it is, like I said, if it's going to be on a precision rifle. If you're just going to be on your duty rifle, it's also good if you want that minimal range of motion, so you can do quick firing. If you just want a really nice, clean, smooth trigger, then I recommend you just do a trigger job. There's hundreds of videos on YouTube. Basically what I did to my original trigger, not this one, I put that trigger in another rifle. I just buffed and polished the shit out of the front of it, and so it looked like this hammer, which I don't know if you guys saw here, but it's got like a mirror finish on it, and that just really smooths it out. Yes, you'll have all that creep, but it'll be a really nice trigger. Even though I had the mil-spec trigger springs in it and hammer springs, I still had a really nice clean pull just by doing a polished trigger job. So that's my 2 cents on the JP Fire Control Kit, the original one. They do have the easier one, which doesn't have the rear set screw, and without the rear set screw, like I said before, you don't have to worry about the safety. So just food for thought if you're just wondering about that. So that's all I have to show you guys today. V8 Merc, signing out.